Here we are on Atramedes. We did this 10-man first. We tried this a few times on 25-man and didn't have enough people. Today was Super Bowl day, so we went with a 10-man group today. Atramedes, basically a blind dragon experiment. See the discs coming out? Avoid those. If you hit the disc, you get sound. Your sound level goes up. We have an Atramedes mod that we've got installed. You can see the sound level over on the right. Atramedes will track someone like he was just tracking Daenerys. We will kite that around. You don't want the fire to hit you. As you see, I ran the wrong direction and ended up getting 41 sound. Wouldn't be one of my videos if I didn't screw up in the video, even though I've been doing everything mostly right the rest of the night. So there's the disc. We look up for that. Searing flame. See everybody take that damage? That was 2 sets of damage actually. Atramedes will do a searing flame, which is a pulse that will wipe the raid if you don't interrupt it. To interrupt it, you hit one of the gongs on the side. You only have a limited number of gongs. Then Atramedes will get pissed off at the gong, breathe fire at it, and melt it. Tracking Zaire. As you see, Zaire goes around. It's always good to be close into the boss, because then you have almost no chance of getting hit by the fire due to geometry. There's some more discs we get away from. That's basically the first phase. We will now go into phase 2, which is air phase. We decided on this one just that the tank would immediately hit the gong, but it didn't really work out that way. We found out that if you hit the gong too soon, it still tracks. Anyway, it will track someone. Used to be a predictable person, now it's a random person, which makes it difficult. As you see that line go across, the tank hit the gong to get the dragon's attention, and it stopped tracking the person it was tracking, and now it's tracking him. Whoever hits the gong, it then will track that, so that's why the tank that does it, because he's a feral druid and can run. I got hit with a little bit of fire earlier, but it's not too bad. So now I'm trying to get around to where I need to be, but I'm blocked off from the healers, so I'm just going to have to handle it. So I'll run over here, back into the ground phase. Watch out for the discs. Hey, I said watch out for the discs. Why'd you run into it, silly boomkin? So now it's tracking Daenerys. Basically, when you get tracked, you try to run away from where the majority of people are. And it's their job to kind of get out of your way as well. That's a little difficult to do sometimes, as people tend to be spread out. That's why we kind of group up. We try to group up all our ranged here, also because puddles are good. Searing flame. Oh, there's one big hit. See, wasn't too bad because our person that hits the gongs is really good at it at this point. Thalia will hit those gongs exactly when they need to be hit. You almost have to hit them beforehand when you're looking at your timers, but Dunnigan's gonna run around there, track it. And air phases are about 15 seconds, so we're gonna just keep burning a little bit, staying out of the way of those discs, and get ready for air phase. We all start running around the edges because one of us is going to get tracked. Turns out to be Strut, which is the tank, which is the person who would have hit the gong anyway. So he decides he's going to kite it a bit, and then he hits the gong and it goes back on him again. So he kites it a little more. And I'm going to go over here just in case he needs me to hit it. And he does, so I go ahead and hit it. But there's a little miscommunication. Somebody over there seems to have hit it too. I see he hit it himself. I understand now. No trust in me. No trust in the Moonton. But we're back into ground phase now. Nobody's died. Doing pretty well. DPSing down. Avoiding the discs. Sometimes those discs are grouped up like that, which is really hard because if you get in the middle of that here. The point of the sound, if I didn't mention it before, is when you get to 100, you've basically made enough sound that the dragon knows where you are and will immediately kill you. No avoidance, nothing you can do. So your job is to keep your sound down. Hitting the gong will reset the sound as well, but you don't want to waste gongs on doing that because boom, there goes a searing flame. You're going to hit the gong anyway, which will drop everybody down to 0, but unfortunately a couple people got to 100 right before we hit the gong. So I'll battle res one of them. Thalia, cheating mages with their blink. And then I'll run around here just because I was on the wrong side of the breath on that one, so I just made sure I stayed ahead of it. We are about to go into an air phase, I believe. Yep. So I have used my run already. Tracking Thalia. He blinks, keeps it going. And the more sound level you have, I believe, the faster the beam runs. So I'm running over here to hit it, and I'm asking, should I hit it? And, oh, well, yeah. So we lost Thalia there, who was the person that was on the gongs. But I did hit it, so it's tracking me a little bit, and there we go, back in the ground phase. So now I'm going to go over here and hit this last gong when it comes time to. So here it is from a different point of view. Looks pretty much the same. It's just a big dragon shooting stuff at us. So avoid the disc still. There we go. And searing flame is in about 20 seconds from here, so that could have been bad, because I mean, if it tracked on me, then somebody else would have had to run over here real quick for gong duty. But searing flame, here it comes in about 5 seconds, so I'm getting ready, because that's my main job right now. If you don't interrupt that, the raid wipes, so I had to make sure. So there we go. I think I didn't do it as well. We ended up getting 2 ticks, it looks like, or it looked a tick and then that big AoE. The AoE is unavoidable. As you see the big pulse that comes out, everybody gets some sound from that. And there we go. We take him down, and right about now, boom. And that is Atramedes. Hopefully this will help people understand the fight a little bit better.